and this guy's face pops out. And I'm thinking, shit, it's this KSI guy again that they're trying to make it happen.
You
Rob,
yelled KSI about 3 times.
I yell KSI once, twice, and a third time yell, no one gives a shit about KSI.
And the black guy behind it goes, no, that's Speed.
I say, what?
You've got the wrong black guy.
That's not him. And it's a guy named I Show Speed, who I guess is another major YouTube streamer.
Yeah.
They all recognize him.
So they're laughing. You got the wrong black guy. So I yell, it's Kevin Hart. Big pop. Big pop.
I will not say that on this right here.
Do not.
As we're live. Thank you for watching. Thank you for attending the second, and I'm sure going to be the second, third, fourth, fifth down the line, Seinfeld Trivia 2024. Magoobies in the books and a pretty damn good time.
The last time, the last time we had it, there was a female that won.
Yes.
Okay. This time,
Donna.
There was a female that won this time.
Dominated.
And both times they were up exclusively against men, and both times the women dominated.
Mallory.
Dude, gotten that. Was that the winner this time?
Mallory?
The crowd was chanting for her. Yeah. At the end, welcome to the show. But
hi, everybody.
At the end of the Seinfeld Trivia, thank you to Josh Spiegel, by the way, for losing. No, at the end, the top 3 finalists take on Josh on the stage, and they write on the whiteboard their answers. And I'd ask the question. She's immediately. It's like a flex.
Dude, he doesn't
Everyone else
finish
is
asking the question.
Right.
It's like... I wonder if she's that way about everything or just about Seinfeld.
I would be intimidated if I was the other people.
She strikes me as studious. Great at Seinfeld Trivia. Will probably never narrate an audiobook. Very quiet.
Yeah, you went to raise her arm.
Oh, man.
Justin went to raise her arm in victory.
Very wrestling championship style.
And she pulled it away as if he was trying to whisk her away.
I thought she tore her rotator cuff. She pulled her hand far away.
Shout out to Glenn wearing the puffy shirt.
What's up, Glenn?
Who is a friend of Erik Woodworth.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, that's right. Erik told us about that on the trip to WrestleMania that will be recapped.
Glenn is the one that Katarina from 98 Rock Promotion said looked like help me out. The
Conor
UFC,
McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
I looked at first thing I thought
does not.
He looks more like John Jones than Conor McGregor.
He looks like McLovin, which is I guess the capture they end up using.
Yeah.
Does anybody think that McLovin looks like Conor McGregor?
No one has ever said somebody looks like Conor McGregor and McLovin.
Yeah,
it
God,
doesn't make any
I can't
sense.
tell the difference. Is that Jerry Seinfeld or Wesley Snipes? When I squint, it's like the same guy. Yeah, so everybody that came out, the crowd was packed. We appreciate it.
Pam, shout out.
Thank you, Pam.
Brittany.
Awesome. The basket of
you couldn't even fit all the stuff that she got.
It was awesome.
In the basket, so we have to save some for the next show.
Yeah, we're going to save some of those. Jason Wong was out there. I was so pleased to see him. The pillow was killer. And yeah, everybody on stage. But it was a runaway
Rick
for the
Strauss,
champion.
our program director.
Strauss was there. Wendy was there. Justin Johnson was there.
Station was well represented.
Unfortunately, and I only found out afterwards when I think I shouted him out on stage, assuming he was there. Our patriarch. Your Lord and Master.
There.
Mine.
I texted him. He said he was coming back from South Carolina.
I was bummed out.
He would try to make it.
He hit me up the next day apologizing. Sorry, I couldn't make it. I think they got in so late. He just couldn't get his legs under him.
So I talked to Randolph today. So let me tell you what happened. So Rice, Mirth, and Pesaurus every month sends us a check for
RiceLawMD.com.
That's right.
GRB Roofing and Air Bear Productions.
Those are our big 3.
So he sends us a check, and it's always there about the 4th.
It's fat as fuck, too.
On the 4th, I go out to my mailbox, and in my mailbox my neighbor's mail.
Okay.
So you think there might be a mix-up.
The day that I always get the check, my neighbor's mail is in there. So I walk next door, but my neighbor on this, where am I? Over here, that's an Airbnb.
Are we talking Yellow King or Guadalajara?
No, the Yellow King.
Like someone over there looks like
yes.
It's either Yellow King or
I know,
Tijuana.
Yes, it's not Tijuana. So I go over there, and I've never really ever talked to anybody over there, but once every 3 weeks, there's somebody over there. So I think they just rent it out. Okay.
Yeah.
So I walk up and I knock on the door. There's nobody there, but there's a Ring doorbell. So I talk to it.
Hello. The way Katie talked to the waffle maker in the lobby of the Holiday Inn.
Hi, I'm your neighbor. I got the mail from the other side. So I assume you have my mail.
That was my next question. Was there any? Was the mail was not mixed? You got exclusively theirs.
I got 5
Okay.
pieces of their mail,
so
I
that's
knew
clearly a mix.
So, and
Yeah.
I'm like, God, I do
Mix
not
up.
want to. I don't want to go to Randolph and be like, "Where's our money?" I don't want to do it.
No.
I did. I did.
You're looking
too.
out for
did
the
they- but
business.
You haven't gotten the mail yet from the neighbor.
I did. I never got the mail from the neighbor. They never responded. But Randolph said, "Oh no, the check went out on Friday."
Oh,
okay.
so you
Yeah,
know
we
it's
don't
good
have
for it.
to sue Randolph Rice.
we don't have to sue.
I'd hate to
Yeah.
have to take Randolph to court.
Yes.
As he litigates himself.
Yes. Well, we're going to litigate ourselves too. So
Mhm. Yeah,
he's going to win.
Exactly.
We're going to owe him at the end.
he
of
will
this.
win. I'll
Yeah.
hire him to
Yeah.
take him on. So yes, thank you to everybody that came to Seinfeld Trivia. You, Rob, put some more dates on the books real quick while I look at some of these. DieLaughingProductions.com. I do believe our next one is
Well, we have May 9th at the DC Improv, May
Yes.
11th, the Bright Box.
What's the one
answer
that
is
you
murder.
what's the one you just asked about? You just texted about.
June 27th, Magooby's Joke House.
Is
Back
that the
at
one that
Magooby's.
Robbie responded to?
that's the one we will be at
Okay.
Magooby's.
Okay.
Yes,
Can
June
I say something?
27th.
I want to say something to you,
I
Robbie.
know you're going to make fun of me.
What the hell answer is that? Okay, Robbie can't just say I can't make it. Okay,
I text everybody out on our Die Laughing Productions group text. This is the potential date. Who can make it? Who's available?
Robbie says, I'll let Robbie explain. Why did you say you couldn't make it? Why did you say you couldn't make that show?
Because to get to Magooby's on a Thursday night, I have to leave work early.
Right?
And I'm going to be too busy that week because I'm taking the whole next week off.
Why
No,
are
I
you-
understand
okay.
that. So you're off next week. Now, meanwhile, there's a guy here that does the DC Improv every single time.
Point him out.
And when that guy does it,
Oh,
he
it's
has
me.
to wake up 4 hours after he gets home to do his job.
It's a fucking nightmare.
You know, you could just say no. You don't say I'm off next week, and as a result, I can't do this.
Saying no would have been better.
No,
Robbie.
would have been way better than to say I'm off next week.
I
Fair
said,
enough.
here's the quote. I'm heading to Alabama the following week. I won't be able to get to Timonium the Thursday before vacation.
And by the way, no, that makes
What?
sense. It makes sense that you can't do Timonium. That does make sense.
Yeah, it's a hike for you.
I don't know.
This just shows better when you're there, is what we're getting at.
Yeah.
So
It was
let
the
me
fact
get
that
this
you're
straight.
5 days
Thank you,
later.
Justin.
Thank you.
You can't go on vacation, leave on Monday if you have an hour less of work the previous Thursday. I just want to be clear on that.
It's not an hour less. I usually have to work late the week before I go on vacation, so to make sure everything's squared away before I leave.
No, I got that.
Okay.
That's true. But if one of those days there was an hour shaved out of it, you follow? That means that
What if the show's on a Monday?
Which Monday?
June 25th.
The
week
Monday,
prior.
the prior
a week
Monday.
before your
That's
vacation.
right.
Not
And
July 1st.
7 days
No,
later.
if it had been that, I probably still wouldn't have been able to do it.
Fuck yeah,
How
dig in.
much time
Dig in.
But it would be
before
much
vacation?
easier,
Okay.
easier for me to do it on a Monday
June
All right.
than a
17th.
Thursday or
All right.
Friday. Right
2
before
Mondays.
What if it was a month before?
Yeah. No, I can't do it. I have to get ready for Thanksgiving.
Yes, yeah. Can you do May 8th? I'm getting ready for Christmas. I can't do it. Side note, I'm not sure if she's in chat yet. She's usually pretty on time or only a minute tardy to the party. July 1st is Ariel's birthday.
Hey.
I do have that written down. July 1st,
Oh.
Ariel's birthday. And happy birthday to Pam's sweet Rob. 55 years strong.
And
God
Brittany's daughter, I believe, had a birthday this past
Oh.
weekend. Ariel, by the way, commenting on our Patreon. There's a great video on our Patreon from WrestleMania. We're going to talk about it in a second. And I look, I realize that Ariel's married, and I if I'm going to be jealous, that's who I should be jealous
For
of. But
now.
she goes, Eric's eyes are beautiful.
Wait, what?
Eric.
I'll be goddamn.
Beautiful.
Eric's eyes are beautiful.
Hmm.
That's the Ariel comment on that video. The video, by the way, that you're in.
Yeah. And I'm clutching, looking like a bearded runaway. I've got my hoodie up. I look like little black riding gimp
Yeah.
holding on to him, clutching, seeing who's coming out next. I mean, he's got dreamy eyes. So good for you.
But here's the thing: if you're Ariel's husband, Tim,
Who's got great eyes.
I think
Huge
Correct.
rank.
Eric is probably the least like Tim of any of us, right?
Well, we're all
He's-
pretty least like
he's-
Tim.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole sea
Yeah.
He's
of
a
nothing
foot
like
shorter.
him.
yeah.
He's heavy. he's white.
Steph is saying Eric's eyes are beautiful. Wow.
Is this something new that he's
I
got
guess.
beautiful eyes and we didn't know about this?
All right,
What if he's
this-
heard it before?
This will be a new question and meet the agenda. Create your perfect man. amongst the three of us.
You have to build.
Yes. By the way, you won't be able to create the perfect man.
No,
okay?
you're topping that at a 6
Yes,
at best.
Just create the best version of the three of us.
Frankenstein us
Frankenstein us
in some
into
hideous
into
version.
almost fuckable.
Yes, exactly. Rob's career, Justin's inability to have conflict,
Right.
and Joe's love of animals. Fuck, it's all
Yeah.
we got. Physically, we're bringing
Right.
nothing to the table. But speaking of you, career, Keckner on the road, back out there this weekend. Is he coming to town?
Well, we're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina at at Good Nights. They've new location, I believe, since we were last there. And then because on Wednesday, the following Wednesday, a week from tomorrow, the 17th of April, we're going to be in Montgomery, New York at the City Winery. And then we're driving to, then we'll be at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut Casino. So rather than him flying home to the West Coast on Sunday, only to fly back on Wednesday, he is flying home the quick 1 hour flight to BWI. He's going to be staying in downtown Annapolis.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. We will drive up together. Wednesday.
Is he staying at a local hotel?
He's staying at a local hotel right there in downtown
He's not having
Annapolis.
crash with you.
So I believe that we're going to be able to get him here next Tuesday night, live
Hell
in studio.
yes, like sitting right there,
Right there.
fourth position.
Yes, the
Let's
seat.
make
where-
sure all the microphones
No
work.
shit. Let's do
He'll
an
probably
audio
be
check.
sitting here.
He'll be able
Yeah.
to sit where Joe Stamboni sat.
Yes. God, he gets the Stamboni throne.
Wow.
That's
pretty big.
amazing.
Katie Stamboni and David Keckner have all filled that extra seat.
Damn. Okay.
Hold on. Ariel says Rob's height and complexion. I'm not that tall. Eric's eyes, Justin's body, Tommy's beard and bald head, Joe's money. Ooh.
Oh,
right.
Which
Wow.
is,
Is she mistaken?
yeah.
He has investment properties.
What about Joe's ass? Because there's a kitty hair in it.
Yes. Ooh, it's like pulling a champagne pop.
Yeah.
This is nice. So let's get to what people are asking us to get into. And this
Yes.
is going to be a big chunk of the program.
Mhm.
We made some WrestleMania 40 trip predictions.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get to some. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. I can't remember. If anybody in the chat can help us remember some of them, shout them out and we will confirm or deny. We, first and foremost, let's get started with WrestleMania. It was a 2-night affair. It was in
Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia at the Link.
Mhm.
And Joe and Katie, so graciously,
Night one.
why don't you
Mhm.
come over here? We don't watch it. Walk us through it. We had all kinds of guests there. Before we even get to the wrestling is going to be secondary. By the way, if you do want a full wrestling match by match recap,
You're going to get
this coming Saturday, Rob, myself, Eric, Laughs Count Anywhere, we're going to do another behind the Patreon paywall. We'll do a WrestleMania night 1, night 2, full review, raw, everything. So all the wrestling nerds,
it. Mhm.
you'll get that. This is going to be more lifestyle. I will super curious to hear what you thought of overall some of the matches. Before we get to any of that, we have to talk about the attendance. You,
Mhm.
me, Rob.
Mhm.
Can we talk about
Tawanda.
Tawanda? It was
Yes.
great getting to see
Mhm.
her. I was
Eric.
bummed out. No Frank. Eric rolls up, and then we had 2 wild cards. We had a midshipman from the
Right.
Navy who you kindly let,
We
stay.
sponsor him.
You sponsor and he
Yes.
stays.
He's
I
19, by the way.
got to talk to him, that
Mhm.
poor kid, and Tim. And I finally
Yes.
got a full flavored double berry glizzy guzzler to the chest Tim experience. And it was
Tim is our former
something to behold.
show
Yeah,
announcer.
we've spoken about Tim a lot. His gambling prowess or lack thereof.
Mhm.
He is. You have to get to. If you really understand Tim, you have to be around him, and you've never seen him in his full Timness.
I've
Now,
never seen it.
Eric hadn't until about a year ago, and he has since now seen it. And now Tim sees Eric, and he knows he can be himself around him.
He
and Eric
knows he
loves
can
it.
let his hair down. And Ariel, just real quick question. Nick was there. Nick came to WrestleMania.
He
We
was
met
there.
Nick
Nick
Testoni
Yeah.
from 98 Rock, fill-in sports news person. He was there with some friends, so we met up. We'll get into him.
Tim's nickname, by the way, I don't know if you know this, is the Cooler.
Okay.
And that's as soon as he starts rooting for a team or a person or something to happen, it immediately doesn't
Ices
happen. Right.
Just kills.
And so he showed up to WrestleMania.
Did you
wearing-
warn your mid about Tim?
how do you warn somebody
Well,
about
because
it?
you
can't.
should have.
I said there's a lot of things that were said, including
Okay.
by
Dude,
the guy
yeah.
sitting to my
he
left.
shocked me. Now, I said some stuff.
Right.
That mid, definitely if he had pearls, he would have clutched him. But I think he kind of realized, like, the middle-aged white guy's got a couple of cut waters in him. He's smoking, he's joking, he's having a laugh. Tim, on the other hand, needed to have one of those fucking feral dog catchers with the pole and the cable take him out of the room. It started soft.
Mhm.
He came over and he's talking about the
yeah.
Orioles game, and I complimented him.
He was
on
wearing a from China
the most
Oriole. It was yellow and black.
Wuhan knockoff fucking jersey
It was
I've
a
ever
yellow
seen.
and black Oriole jersey, which ironically they were playing the Pittsburgh Pirates, and that's their colors.
That's our buddy
right.
Tim.
That's right.
Katie's in chat. She goes,
Oh my god,
he goes, our mid will never come back after Tim.
Tim.
He's the only person allowed to scream at me and call me a C word.
Can we get into his nickname? It's
never
the
heard-
worst nickname.
I've never heard anyone talk to a woman the way Tim talks to your wife.
Unless this woman killed your family
Yes.
in a DUI.
Yeah.
Like, unless it was a drunken hit
Yeah.
and run, then she would have earned a title as vicious and as acidic as this. And he acted like he was doing the room a favor. He's like, well, we got company here, so I guess I won't call you by your my nickname for you, which he then immediately says.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the mid's like, wait a minute, is this cool?
Wait, hold on.
It was-
Do,
but is
do I need to defend the matriarch of
This
this
is-
house that's putting me up kindly?
This is also a famous Tim move. Hey, how many times do I clap for dessert, bitch?
Oh,
Come on.
God.
Once,
Oh.
3 times? How many, bitch? Come on. Ice cream, apple pie,
Hey,
get to it.
What's going on with
Yeah.
this dog shit popcorn? Thought
Yeah.
there was going to be some cheese on here. You fucking
Yeah.
brain
You
dead?
know what? One thing, Tim.
Where are my
did-
nachos?
One thing that did bother me, not all that.
Well, by the way,
Not
you
none of
didn't
that.
act bothered by any of it.
None of
So,
that. None
yes.
of that bothers me.
You got a 0 out of 10 in defending your wife's honor.
Well,
you're on
that's if
FanDuel.
there was somebody that was sincere, then I would have a
yeah,
problem.
but the
with
mid
it.
doesn't know that.
The mid's got no
Right.
idea.
Yeah,
He's
he
looking
lives.
shell
He lives in a
shocked.
chain of command. Okay,
Yeah,
There-
right.
there's
He's like, wait a second.
duty. There's responsibility.
There's
There's
orders. There's
Right,
defending.
order, yes.
Yes, women, children,
Right,
the elderly.
exactly.
He's there to defend.
Right.
I was talking to him about how he got into it. Just quick sidebar: 4.2 GPA.
Oh yeah, no, he's
5 sport athlete.
Yes, yeah.
Eagle Scout.
yeah.
Weekend volunteer. The guy is fucking elite.
He's the
individual.
opposite of Tim.
He's the best. He was the best of the best,
Yeah.
hanging out
Yeah.
to Wanda Katie's side with the shit of the shit.
Yeah.
Just the worst. People with big comedian-sized holes in their soul that need to make
Yeah.
people laugh
Yes, a lot
by
of holes.
any means
Yeah.
necessary. This guy, and it was brought up to him multiple times throughout the night. Everything you're hearing, sir, when you fire off that Phalanx Sparrow missile system off the desk of a destroyer, you're defending this. This is going to make
Am I
you
sure I
fight
want to do this.
not as hard. So,
So
or let the other side win.
yeah,
So-
go ahead. I defect. I'm
Yes.
Russian now.
first of all, I had a fucking. I
It was a
loved it.
Yes.
fucking
I
blast.
loved watching it. I loved watching every match. It was so much fun watching it. It really was. The last match is happening, and that is The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes.
Take
right?
your
Okay.
dick out. Take
That's
your
what's
dick out.
going on. Okay. Now, meanwhile, The Rock, I guess, owns a piece of the WWE.
He's now an executive
Right,
for
right.
Endeavor, TKO.
Mhm.
They own the UFC, WWE, and some other ventures.
but he's also a heel.
Yes.
So the storyline is that the referee can't really count. He's telling the referee, The Rock is, if you count this guy out, you're fired.
I'm your boss.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how this match goes. Now, everyone in the room, including the mid,
Mhm.
is well aware
Everybody knows what's happening.
that
Yes.
Cirque du Soleil is
Right.
more real
It's-
than this.
But obviously, it's either you think it's real or you know it's theater. Tim is complaining about the referee.
Yeah.
And I'm
Like it's an NFL game.
and
Like he
Yeah.
wants someone to throw a red
I'm
flag.
like, yes,
No,
that's-
no, no. Review that.
Yeah.
That's the point
Yeah.
of the theater, right?
Right.
It's
This
like
is the ref
that
storyline.
fucking shark keeps eating people.
That's yeah,
What is
how dare.
happening here in
Would
Jaws?
someone just call in the Navy at some
Yes,
point and
yeah.
just set depth charges? Make the point you made on the way up about Tim's love but not but is but isn't wrestling history, too,
Well,
that you pointed out.
I remember when I was in our text chain, I had mentioned about going to WrestleMania. He
Hey,
was
Matt.
shitting on me.
Brutally.
Then we're over here. His wrestling arc is basically mine, except
Yeah.
he hasn't started again. When he was a kid, just like me, we were watching 11 a.m., the
Yeah.
same fucking channel.
Superstars,
the same
Saturday
wrestlers,
morning.
all the same favorites, literally the same shit.
His
he
depth
was
of
into
knowledge.
it. His depth was just as much as mine back
I didn't
then.
know any of
Incredible.
that stuff.
And
Plus,
I'm like,
he's also,
holy
why are you
shit.
making fun of it then? You're me, basically.
he's also currently watching these documentaries that he was referencing
Yes,
to you
Dark
about
Side
the
of the Ring.
history.
Dark Side
right.
of Wrestling on Vice. Yeah, Dark Side of the Ring.
Anyway,
Excuse me.
Tim, it's not real. You don't have to get upset about
He's
the
legit
referees.
mad at the ref's job when the ref is doing his part of the story.
He's
yes.
the people in the audience who are kind of not understanding that if it's real or not.
Yes,
That's
it is.
Tim.
He's the guy in the bleachers crying, it's still real to me, damn it.
Can-
Get that ref out of there.
Can we talk about the German? The German.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
So
We got that? We've got the first match where he looked at two of the confirmed hottest women in the company. Are like, get these dames out of
broads.
here. We're the
He used
broads.
He's the only one
Where's
that
the
used the
broads?
word
Right, he was tired
Rhea
of
Ripley.
watching.
Yeah.
And by the way, it was a great match.
Two
too.
stunning women having a banger match.
He's like,
get these
enough.
broads out of here.
Let's
Bring me
get some guys in some tights.
I need some dick.
Literally, that was basically.
Bring on the dick.
So Gunther is fighting. He's German.
Yes.
Not just as a character. He literally
Right.
is. And it's somehow, Katie mentions, I guess not somehow, that's why, because the mid is taking German at the Navy. And Tim, and he attempts to say, what time is it in German? And your mid's like,
what does that mean?
What?
What?
And he says it again. He goes, what? What time is it? That's not it. Look, yes, it is, motherfucker. Now I took German 40 years ago.
Crown Middlebrook.
Exactly.
Oh.
And now they're arguing. He's pulling it up. He's like, no, it's not. He's yelling at the top of his lungs. I'm like, who do we believe here?
Hey, no, remember Tim goes, maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah. That's always. But who do we want to believe? The guy who's taking it right now at the Navy?
Taking it. He's also like his fourth year.
Or a guy took it in high school in 1984.
The guy that will be an admiral, I'm going to believe. The guy that graduated during Carter, I'm not going to believe.
Right. And then then Katie's pulling it up in German. He's calling her the C word. It's just
chaos.
It is chaos. It's more chaotic than what's happening in the ring.
In the ring. Let's take a break from the WrestleMania chaos. We'll continue to get in what happened with Joe's house and eventually the road trip to Philadelphia, WrestleMania 40 at the link after these.
10 years ago, a crack commando unit was sent to prison by a military court for a crime they didn't commit. These men promptly escaped from a maximum security stockade to the Baltimore Underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive as lawyers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire Rice, Murtha, and Pesaurus. When you've been wrong, you don't deserve second best. You don't deserve the B team. You deserve the very best. You deserve the A team. Rice, Murtha, and Pesaurus. RiceLawMD.com.
Hey, it's Justin from the DLP Agenda, welcoming to the Die Laughing family, GRB Roofing. GRB Roofing in Bowie, Maryland. Think about it. Your roof, the roof on your home, the roof on your business, it covers all your stuff. Yeah, you could do without a front door. Maybe you could put a piece of plastic over a window. But a roof? You gotta have a roof. You gotta have a top-tier roof. You gotta have a roofing company like GRB Roofing that's gonna take amazing care of you. How do I know they're gonna? How about 65 years of collective experience? How about 700 plus projects completed beautifully, successfully? Go to grbroofing.com right now. Get your free quote today, and they're going to take amazing care of you. Commercial, residential, exterior home improvements, deck and fencing. I can't wait to use them. My house, total dump. Every day, I want to go on my roof. I want to take myself a crowbar, and I want to rip up the entire daggone thing. You know what's going to happen after I have a flipped out moment? A, I'm going to calm myself. B, I'm going to make a therapy appointment, and then I'm immediately going to get a hold of GRB Roofing. Again, give them a call, 443-699-6192. That's 443-699-6192, or go to grbroofing.com. That's grbroofing.com. It's your roof. It covers all your stuff.
You're listening to the DLP Agenda.
So the matches go on. WrestleMania Night 1 is a great time.
Yeah, had a blast.
And
because you hadn't, when's the last time you'd actually watched a wrestling match? If maybe ever. I don't know.
I mean, I might have watched it as a kid, maybe a couple times, but I didn't
even get a Tim's food. Tim's fucking food order.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
So
that's right.
He has to divert
yes.
from everyone else's plan. Katie and you, kind enough to order us a feast of Lido. She's got drinks in the
We had
cooler.
4 large Lido pizzas, and Tim goes,
A huge bread bowl of like this awesome dip.
Tim goes, don't get well done. He goes, get me a lasagna. Did you even know Lido sells
No.
lasagna?
No.
Well, they do.
No,
I've
Don't
never
get-
ordered lasagna.
don't
to
get
go.
a roast beef sandwich
Right.
at Taco Bell. Don't get
Right.
lasagna at Lido. You just get their pizza that's cut
Yeah.
into 50 fucking squares. You eat 1,000 of them. You have a great night. And it's Lido. It's this fucking thin.
Lasagna at
It's
Lido's.
And that fucking lasagna was gross.
Oh, it looked disgusting.
Of course it's gross.
It looked
Oily
disgusting.
Just get a
Shit.
Stouffer's microwave. So what did you think of the wrestling itself, Joe? Because
Dude, I loved it. My favorite one was the ladder match.
the
when
ladder
they were
match
Oh,
was fun.
chaos.
jumping
that
off
was
ladder,
chaos.
shooting people
Yes.
off the ropes,
Awesome.
hitting. They had one where the ladders. I don't exaggerate, but they looked like they were about 12 feet high.
There
something
were
like
some
that.
pretty heavy duty
They
real
go to
life.
the top. They were falling off the ladder out of the ring and onto these tables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a 15-foot fucking
No,
drop.
Do you know what they do to those tables and the mats that are under them for that impact? Nothing.
Oh my
You just fucking accept it.
It is crazy.
It's horrible. Eric and I have both been put through a table.
Oh.
Him, rugby, drunk, white wine, me, MCW. And it breaks your fall a little bit, but there's still the aluminum ribbon underneath it.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of part of the support. And that thing absolutely slices the top of your back and the bottom of your back. It feels fucking horrible.
and
that's me just table in front of me
Right.
being lifted up
Yeah.
and put one through them, much less falling from the height of a balcony through it, not onto the mat. They're outside of the ring.
when they
just
hit him
getting
with
rocked.
a chair, though, that's a chair. It's
It's
a real
chair.
chair.
It's
They're
a
hitting him with
fucking
that.
chair.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Now they're attempting to hit it in a way so that
Right.
it's not as bad as this, but it is a chair. So the actual event itself on Sunday, we had, a lot of times when you go to some large event, you're always, or at least I am, about any sort of like traffic or getting there or just being chaotic and it being stressful, getting in and out. And as far as like getting to the hotel, Ubering to the casino, walking to the place, getting in, getting to the seat. I mean, yeah, there's some crowds. It took a little time, but I can't, it couldn't have gone any more seamlessly.
Was it about as flawless as a trip?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, but I'll make the same point that I did last week
Mhm.
about us leaving Las Vegas during the chaos. It was just 3 dudes.
Yeah,
And we had our shit together.
we did.
No one
We
needed
did.
to go back to piss.
Yeah.
No one needed to get something out of their bag. No one needed to text their sister. No one needed to download the app
No,
that no one's ever heard of to pull up the tickets. Rob just had
There's
everything ready
5
to go.
seconds for the three of us to
It
get
was
through the
ready
thing.
to go.
Yeah,
Picked up Eric at the park and ride.
Yeah.
Hopped in. We're laughing. We're joking. We get in there. We're telling stories that won't even make it to the Patreon,
No,
by
they
the way.
won't. They
Those
won't.
things die with
Yes,
us. The stuff
they
we talked
do.
about in the car does put me in the mood. Not even gonna finish that joke.
Okay.
so
don't
we
do it.
nope, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Hotel's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
The view from the hotel is
I didn't
gorgeous.
even.
The Ben
we're on
Franklin,
the water.
the
Yeah.
Ben Franklin Bridge was
Yes.
the span. I looked it up. Gorgeous, stunning. We get right in the car. We head off to the hub. God, this is the time that I was like, I wish Joe was with us because we went to the casino and it was a
Well,
lot.
hold on. The first Uber drive.
Oh
We
shit!
were in
Yeah,
was it the Malibu?
this was the Malibu.
So it's about a 10-minute drive. For the first 6 minutes, we're just now. I'm in the front seat. They're two in the
Yes.
back. We're having a normal conversation, and then Justin starts, just without making a show of it, starts telling a story about how his dad was busted for pedophilia in a Chevy Malibu.
And this is make believe.
Yes.
I love my
Yes.
dad.
Yes.
It didn't happen for the record, but this man doesn't know that. And I say, man, the last time I saw a white Chevy Malibu,
Yeah.
my dad was getting
Now-
dragged out of it, kicking and screaming by the feds.
Yes.
Has this guy said a word to you yet?
No.
He's shaking his head a lot.
Yeah.
And then from there, I said, and it's an interesting fact that, for some reason, pedophiles have automotive preferences. Let me read you the Consumer Car Report's top 10 vehicles driven by pedophiles.
Yes. And he listed them all.
And I just started making up
Yes.
cars. like,
Toyota Yaris.
wow, the Yaris, the
Nissan Leaf.
Chevy Aveo.
Yes,
That's number
yes.
3. And here we are, number 6, the Malibu. It's the car.
Eric
that's-
and I are dying. This
Yeah,
guy-
What's
and
this
I'm
guy
trying to break him.
Yeah.
He won't fucking sell it. I won't stop.
Is
And I,
he from around here?
no,
Okay,
No,
gotcha.
no.
Is he following, you think?
me
Well,
minimal
I believe
conversation.
the guy on the way home was following. We'll get to that.
The guy
later.
on the way home. Oh
Yeah.
my god, it got so much worse on the way
Poker
home.
face. that
And this
guy.
is me stealing a page from. And I've told you this when we
Yeah.
were there. The Book of Muma.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When we went to
Mhm.
Vegas, Muma turned every Uber ride into a fucking 10-minute open mic,
Yes.
and we were in tears.
Mhm.
And it was the fact that Muma was like joking with the guy, and it was awesome. I said, okay, I'm next. Muma got the light. I got to try this. So we get there, and I think it was a Maryland Live Casino. It was the live brand.
It's a live brand. We went to Luck Fu.
It looks
nice
like the one in
meal.
Hanover.
It looks exactly like the one in
Identical.
Hanover, except you get free drinks when you gamble, which I don't think you did. Do
You do at Hanover, but they're minimal, and you
Okay.
got to hunt this
Well,
wretched
they
old
were
woman
good
down.
at it.
This lady was just,
Yeah.
we're getting you.
This is
fucking
your
cooked.
lady.
This is our
Okay.
lady. And you did a great job, again, alongside the aforementioned John Muma for the Vegas trip at the place we'll never get to go to
Mhm.
because of what happened downstairs. Because, again, Mooms, loved you, but you know what you did. Listen to the Patreon. That I learned the better part of playing blackjack properly to not gum the works up. just to be like, I know when to hit, I know when to stay. I know the dealer's got to stay on 17. They got a 6. They show 16. Okay, I stay on 13. There's a good chance they're going to bust. They usually do. You know, I know when to split. I know when to double down. And
I know that as well, but the other person in our group does not know.
Eric didn't quite know, but he was willing to learn. And
No, was he? Okay.
Eric,
I think he was
said
willing
to
to
be
do what his gut said.
he was willing to do what his gut said, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to tell Eric otherwise.
No.
Nick Testoni finally shows up.
Yeah.
I say, sit down, young blood. There's a stack of chips. You
We
gamble
had
on
us
daddy.
4. We had this this cool black guy next to us.
Hell yeah.
I don't. He's,
I.e.
there's
a
no
black
reason
guy.
that he's black in the story. I don't know
But
why.
he
he
was
mentioned
cool.
that.
Give me an example of what Eric would do blackjack wise.
Well, and I love. There's also this guy Brandon that was there that we met. Who's listening to our podcast now. He subscribed. Thank you. But the black guy was now getting influenced by Eric.
oh,
he was
yeah.
he's like,
so
nobody tells me
Eric.
what to do.
This is what the dealer would have a 9 showing, and then Eric would have an 8 and a 4, and then he would double down. Okay, so yes,
8 or 3, go for it.
He'd have 2 7s and he'd split them. Okay,
Yeah.
and then at one point,
Make 2 losers.
the
Got it.
black guy had just as ridiculous. He says, "You
Right.
know what? You know I'm doing it too." And I'm like, "No, why?
Don't
Why
do
are you doing it?"
And then what made it
Yes.
worse is that Eric hit a few of them.
he did.
And it's
It
like,
did make
yes.
it worse.
It did,
Yes.
it did make it worse because it gave them the unearned confidence. I,
Yeah.
mean, I was
Yes.
trying to convey, like,
Yeah.
hey, always assume
Yeah.
the card you can't see is a face card. Always assume it's a face card. And Eric's like, no, it's a
No.
4. Double down. I'm like, all right. They'd flip over a 5. Eric had hit, split 2. Quadruple his fucking winnings.
And you know it's bad when the dealer's like,
Are you sure?
"Wait, are you sure?"
How many times
She's
does that
like,
women go?
well, here's
She
the
kept
deal.
saying,
you
like,
sure?
"Yeah,
When people do that, sometimes they call somebody over to be like, "Hey, I just want you to know they're splitting. Like they're splitting.
they're doing
face
that
something
cards.
happened.
stupid."
That
Yeah,
happened. They
yeah.
called over the pit boss
Yeah.
at one point.
I want you to know how dumb this guy
Yeah,
is."
the older guy that looked like Morgan Freeman, the pit
Yes,
boss walked
right.
over and she's talking to him. And
Because
like,
at
Joe's
one
like,
point the
"All
guy
right."
meant to split, but he did double, and he goes, "No, I meant to split." And he came over and he's like, "Yeah, nobody would double
No one would
on-
double that.
on 2 4s versus a 10." Okay, right?
So I'm in for about 200. Rob put down about 3. Eric
Dude.
100.
I started with 2. I won my first 5 hands,
Dude,
and I never looked back.
those cards were loose, man.
I don't think I ever lost 3 hands in a row. I started at $20 and I ended up to 25. And it was just, there was never, like, you'd lose a couple in a row here and there, but there was never like a bad run for me. And it was just like,
Well,
just
usually if
gradual.
one person at the table is
Yeah.
winning like that, the dealer's busting a lot, and most people are winning.
We were having a good
Yeah.
table.
Okay.
We
Eric
had a
was
nice table.
up.
I was
Justin
up.
up. I got up 400. We go. It's about time to leave.
I got up. I think my height, I was up about $1.70.
But you had about 120 at this point.
At this point, 170 is my highest. I was at 120 up, and I'm like, we're leaving. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
no.
wait, which makes no sense.
None at
I
all.
mean,
No.
Didn't feel like going
So-
up. I was like, I'm feeling like Lady Luck.
You didn't want to have to walk to the cashier.
Hey, how far was the cashier from where we were sitting?
That's about 50 feet.
From here to that Christmas tree.
Exactly.
In the distance,
No
which
line
is
either, no
30
line,
feet
yeah.
away. Yeah.
So
No.
No line.
Justin
No
puts
line.
it all. And
I wonder what happened.
first card, 2.
Yeah.
Great. Second card, how about another 2?
2 again.
Dealer, I believe, had a 9. So
Okay.
good, not great.
Right?
I mean, it could be worse, but
Sure.
still pretty good. And then I think you got to about like a fucking, what'd you have?
There must
4?
have been
You
5
got-
cards in front of
you
you.
got
2,
to, like-
2, 3, 2.
You got to like 15 or 16.
Ah,
And then you hit one more time and whatever it was, if it was a 7, you needed a 6.
I
Yeah.
got you.
Whatever it did, it got you to 22.
Yeah.
And you lost it.
I busted.
Yeah.
And sure enough, dealer busts also.
Yes.
So great.
So dealer with bust. Yeah. So I ended up, and I won 100. I ended up about 500 up plus slots when we went to.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Then he walks over to a fucking slot
yeah,
machine. One of those dog shit ones that nothing makes sense. It's like a bunch of candy
didn't
canes
understand it.
next to a
We
coffee
didn't
cup.
know, we
What do
didn't
I-
know what was a win.
What do I get if I get 3 skateboards and a bowl of soup?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Oh.
Didn't give a shit. Rob puts in
Yeah.
20, spits out 90.
Yeah.
Nice.
Immediately.
Yes. Yeah.
Goes up another 90. We're like, fuck it. We're out. Let's
Mhm.
head to the link. And we had a brisk walk over there. Have you ever been to that area?
It's a nice area.
I mean,
All 3 stadiums
Yeah.
are right next to each other.
I have been to I went to, what was the old stadium that was in
Veterans.
was Veterans near this area? Because I've been to
I don't
Veterans
know.
Stadium. Yeah,
they
I-
have
I-
the basketball, the baseball, and the football stadium.
All there in that
right.
one complex. There's a
Yeah.
park to your back. The water's over
It's
there.
nice.
It's fucking nice. Philly catches it on the chin.
Yeah.
And Philly proper
Uh-huh.
shithole But this area, really
Yeah,
goddamn
very
nice.
nice.
Really nice.
We get in, we get to our seats. They're
Yeah.
fucking better than we thought, I think.
Oh my
right?
God. We're like, okay, let's find out where our seats are. So Rob's like, okay, I got the seats. We're looking for 15 R and seats 2, 3, 4, 5. And we walk in and we're walking down and we're walking down
Nice. Yeah.
and we're walking down and the ring's getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I can't believe. And by the time we got to our seats, Erik and I are looking like, holy shit, Rob did us right. It was
$500 a ticket, if you're wondering.
we spent 500 ticket, and
yeah.
don't forget that. That's about to come into play because we're going to get into everything wrestling again. Laughs Count Anywhere. We'll record this Saturday. We'll try and get up as early as we can. And we got a great crew around us. All
There
right?
was in this.
Let me ask a quick question.
Yeah.
Did you see any fights while you were there?
You know what?
There
didn't.
was one the night before that we weren't at that made it to social.
Yeah,
Remember that
Our
video?
buddy Steve-O was there, and
Yeah.
we were texting back and forth. Appreciate. He wants to. I said we got to get together and watch something together,
Hell yeah.
or go to Raw on August 5th. We'll get to that. But he had sent a video of a fight, but we didn't. No, everyone was cool.
Our night was chill as hell.
This, I don't know if anybody else. I thought this was particularly funny. Maybe it was just because it's the way a kid thinks. So there's this black family behind us. The kid, he's like what, 8 or 9 or
8.
something.
He's fucking awesome.
So Erik says, "Is this your first WrestleMania?" He goes, "No." And Eric's like, "Wow, when have you been another one?" He goes, "Well, I went to last night too." I was like, "Okay,
Good job.
You're right.
That
All right.
rules.
You're right, technically, but like, and
I
then
think it was
Eric's
his
like,
dad and his uncle.
Erik goes, "I didn't go till I was 40." And then you know, so, and there was another point with the. We're jumping ahead, but there was a point
Oh no,
where
this is bad.
this is hilarious.
So I'm just going to apologize to
Yes.
Ariel all the time.
No. So, Logan Paul, he's in a match, and he's previously had someone interfere on his behalf. That guy, what's his name?
So,
CSI or PSI or something?
CSI.
Yeah.
KSI. He has for the first time ever, by the way, here's some fun wrestling trivia.
Yeah.
There's a Prime bottle imprint on the mat.
Yes.
That's the first time in WWE history they've ever had a logo on
Oh, really?
the mat.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon hated it. They were offered money by the
Mhm.
millions. He refused to ever put anything on the mat. His perverted ass is gone. Immediately like, fuck yeah. Pay us however many tens of millions you want to do it. So there's a
Boom.
Prime bottle there. The match comes out. Kevin Owens, Randy
Randy
Orton, Logan Paul. And Logan Paul is the patriarch of Prime. And he's got a Prime bottle like a mascot dancing with him.
Yes.
That in years prior, this mascot is revealed to be somebody. It's usually this guy named KSI. And it's one of the first guys he fought in a celebrity YouTube boxing
Right.
match. And, they were, awful enemies, but better friends. And now he's like in the Logan Paul, Jake Paul universe. So this guy, KSI, has done this at 2 separate pay-per-views
Yes.
where
Mhm.
he has shown up.
He is black. It's part of the story.
That's very important to the story. God damn it, Ariel. And this guy, again, Logan Paul, he's in the shit. He's got 2 guys wanting to beat his ass. Here comes his Prime buddy. And from a distance, I'm looking up, and the circle over the P rips it off, and this guy's face pops out. And I'm thinking, shit, it's this KSI guy again that they're trying to make it
Yeah.
happen.
You
Rob,
yelled
take it away.
KSI about 3 times.
I yell KSI once, twice, and a third time yell,
And-
no one gives a shit about KSI.
And the black dude behind it goes, "No, that's Speed.
I say, what?
You've got the wrong black guy."
That's not him. And it's a guy named
Yes.
I Show Speed,
Yes.
who I guess is another major
Yes.
YouTube streamer.
Yeah.
They all recognize him.
So they're
immediately.
laughing. You got the wrong black guy. So I yell, "It's Kevin Hart." Big pop. Big pop.
Huge pop.
Yes.
Huge fucking pop. So Rob is a comedic genius. I'm the
Yeah.
guy that just thinks everybody looks the
Right,
same.
exactly.
And I'm because it's happened twice that this guy's shown up.
It's Jalen Hurts. No,
it's not.
no,
It's not
it's Allen Iverson. Not even close.
God damn. I go, oh, it's not him. And luckily, these families behind us, they're so fucking cool.
Oh, they,
And it's
they
a
were having
blessing.
the fucking best.
Because remember, I said
Yeah.
on the preview for this,
Mm.
what happened in New Orleans was not that. We had a bunch of shit heels and neckbeards and fucking nerds around.
We
it.
had
One
good
guy was
vibes
puking.
around us. Yeah.
One guy was reaching across, tagging Mudge.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm trying to enjoy it, but my head's on a swivel. It was a party. I'm high-fiving strangers. But while we're there, and this gets back to Rob's $500 point, that's not a cheap ticket.
Mm.
So we're there, and one row in front of us, there's a couple over here, man and woman. There's a couple down there, man and woman. And then there's a husband and wife, and there's a kid in between them. And this kid's got headphones on. I saw this kid sit down. I saw them talk, and the kid seemed to be on the level. Nothing wrong with him. And he's got headphones on. and he's got one of those big rubber-edged impact cases for an iPad.
How old's this kid?
8,
Okay.
Yeah.
maybe 8.
Mhm.
Evan's age, 5.5 hours. Never looks up. He's buried in a game of like Candy Crush, Block Breaker,
Yes.
Roblox for 5.5
No
hours.
reason to be there.
This kid,
Getting fed $18 popcorn.
How much does a babysitter cost?
I was saying,
I
like,
would-
how could you not? This kid obviously didn't give a shit about
No.
wrestling. His parents did. That ticket was in front of ours, leading me to believe
Yes.
it's the same, if not more. Then you get a
At
cheap
least the same.
$39
Right.
ticket.
No.
It costs $500, I'll say, to have this kid sit there for 5 hours and not even look up.
No. I don't.
I
if
couldn't
you-
believe it.
If you ask the kid who won, I don't know. I don't know. Fucking.
I did.
Yeah.
Jesus, do you
Yeah.
see Ed Van Arsdale there goes, Justin yells out, it's Flavor Flav.
So during that match with Logan Paul and the Prime, the crowd got to give the crowd good.
was so funny.
The crowd starts chanting other rival drinks.
Powerade.
Aquafina,
Gatorade,
Gatorade.
We had a Gatorade. We were just yelling water. at
Water
one
at
point.
some point.
H2O. We got a
H2O.
Crystal Light.
I tried to get a
chant.
Crystal Light
Yeah,
chant
we
started.
got Minute Maid.
Yeah,
we got stripper water.
Hug
Yeah.
drinks. We tried to get stripper water
Didn't
started.
take, did not
Didn't
take.
take.
Nobody
No.
knew what
That
that
No
was.
one
kid,
knew what
that
stripper
kid
water-
took his headphones off. That's enough.
Wait a minute, what? Yeah, they were chanting other drinks during that.
You
It was
know,
a fucking
South
riot.
Park does an episode shitting
what's
on
it called, like
cred,
Miz or Cred?
yeah,
Cred,
shitting
yeah.
on Prime.
Have you had
Yes.
Prime?
Yeah.
It's fucking abhorrent.
It looks.
Well,
horrible.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
awful.
even if it's good, I'm not with the
Yeah.
hey. How good
It's-
can it be?
It's
Was
just
it like-
chemicals
yeah,
in a
right.
bottle.
None of it's good.
So the night,
so
the
delicious.
night goes on, and we're high fiving, we're diving into each other's arms. All these legends showed up,
I
and
mean, at one point you had The Rock, Undertaker, John Cena, all of the.
it was great.
It's just ridiculous.
Again,
It's
we will
amazing.
break down the specifics in
the
LCA.
day before, Lil Wayne, Jason Kelsey,
Jason
right?
Kelsey
Lane
was
Johnson,
there.
Did I miss
Snoop
anybody?
was on ours.
Snoop was
Snoop was
there.
there.
Was there.
Yeah.
How close were you to any of these guys? Did
We
you-
could just see them in the
Okay.
ring from here.
George Kittle was the closest because he
Kittle
walked
was.
by to his better seat, and everyone people started booing him because he's 49er,
49er, right.
Eagles, so that made sense.
A lot of
He-
people checked in via the social. Rob's got a great video again of Eric and I reacting on the Patreon to
Well, that was
Cena
brilliant.
coming out.
Loved it.
because Eric was doing a live because he could tell something was going to happen.
You knew it.
So he just had the video of the two of you, and that's when Cena's
I
music
had
hits.
one posted, and Instagram fucking struck it for a copyright violation.
Well, luckily we have
I
it
was
forever.
so bummed out.
It's
Thank
on
God.
our Patreon right now. A lot of good comments on that. But you know what? I feel like, at the time when I bought these tickets, it was, 8-9 months ago. And
Mhm.
I didn't even know if I would be able to go because of my schedule. So I thought I'll buy them. Worst case, I can sell them. I'm sure I'll make a profit. And then it turns out, I'm going to be open that week. And let's go. And then it just worked out that not only do we get to go, we went to this. It's a historic one. It's The Rock.
People
It's
are saying
Roman
it might be one of
Reigns.
the greatest
Yes.
WrestleManias.
Right.
This night
It's
too
going to
that
be a
we watched.
lifetime memory.
Oh, they'll talk
Yeah.
about this for decades. The night
Yeah.
the new era
Yeah.
began. And Jen says, I know I audibly or awkwardly snort laughed at me saying, watch out for my urine puddle. I don't recall a moment of that. I was drinking $20 beers,
We
eat
paced
$30
ourselves
pieces
pretty decently though, because we had.
to start,
Yeah.
and then it fell apart
yeah, well,
at the end of the
well,
night.
You know what? Let's take a break. We'll get to what happened at the casino afterwards.
Oof.
Be right back.
You wake up at 3 a.m.
Mhm.
You work your full work day.
Mhm.
You drive all the way to Annapolis.
Mhm.
You pick up two people you don't like.
Mhm.
you drive.
It seems so bad to already be in Baltimore.
You
and
drive
then
all the way
drive-
back to
yeah.
Baltimore.
Yep.
You park a mile away from where you're going to go,
Yep.
and you walk with these people.
I walk
1 mile. That's where we are
with
now.
a child that might have been born without a tongue.
Okay,
There is
so-
a girl that when I talk to her, how was your day? Are you excited for the game? Responds in borderline honks.
Hey,
Children of a lesser God.
she doesn't speak.
No.
Marry her.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, great point, buddy. You guys are getting hitched.
So now you're
fucking Jodie Foster and Nell makes more sense.
The DLP agenda.
There was another point, real quick, because Eric was doing a lot of deep wrestling
Oh, Eric was
lines
crushing.
in the crowd. But at one point, there's a wrestler who happened to be my favorite wrestler growing up, Jimmy Superfly Snuka, who I didn't realize this until later, but he's now dead. But he doesn't get convicted of this, but it does appear that he did get away with murdering his girl.
I'm as confident in
Yes.
saying Jimmy Superfly
Yes.
Snuka murdered a woman in
So-
Pennsylvania as OJ decapitated her.
Yes, so there
and
you go.
was covered
So-
up
right.
100%.
At one point, Eric, I forget how he got to it, but he made that reference, and a guy from another section came over and goes, "Hey, that was a good one."
Right.
He fist up, hey, good reference to that guy
Co-signed on it.
murdering his girlfriend. Because you and me are cool.
Hey, we're tight. You want to go play
Right.
blackjack
Yes.
later? Do you know how to? You promise? Yeah, we're saying who's going to come out next, who's going to come out next.
Undertaker.
And then Eric
Yeah.
goes, I wonder if it's Jimmy Snuka's dead girlfriend.
Yes, that was
And
it.
you
Yes.
saw the guy turn around. And I mean, just to Rob's
Yeah.
point, it was a
Yeah.
brilliant reference.
Yes.
Getting out of there, bit of a hassle. It was
It's
hard.
just a mob of people.
It was a mob of
Yeah.
people. And I mean, it
So
took
you
about
were walking, right?
We were
walked
walking.
everywhere.
Once we got out of the actual stadium.
Once we were outside
Yeah.
of the link, it was
Right.
free and clear, good
and
to
that's
go.
not you can. No one leaves early. Everyone leaves.
Oh,
at the
oh,
same
everyone
time.
watch how it
nobody
plays out.
left
Everyone leaves
early.
at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Exact
Yeah.
same time because you don't know
Right.
who's going to show up.
Did you
and what's
buy?
going to happen.
Did you go and buy?
You know what's
merch?
amazing?
We
We didn't
didn't.
spend anything.
We didn't spend
I
any
bought
money
my
at the merch
merch
counter.
beforehand.
I
Yeah.
wore all mine. I
Yeah.
didn't buy anything
Yeah.
at the merch
That
counter.
hat that you're wearing.
Yeah.
If you buy it at the event, what's it cost?
I don't know.
That's
but
$50.
it was $25 on. I bought
Hats $50.
Yeah, I got
shirts, $40
this
bucks.
online from the WWE shop, and this hoodie was like $45. It was very reasonably priced, but
Yeah.
bought ahead of time. Yeah, but that would have been crazy. So we get back to the casino. I don't know what happened, but there was this huge line to get in. Then this
How
guy's
did
like,
this happen?
this guy's like, you can come this way, and like we just walked in
Yeah,
past
when he
everybody.
says,
I don't
"There's
know
a
like
snake."
what happened.
It was going to take 30 minutes to get
Yeah.
in. And somehow he looked at Rob
Yeah.
and goes, you, come on in. You, Eric, come on in. You, come on in.
I remember from before.
Uh,
That's the guy who split 7.
Yeah, that's
Easy money.
Yeah, yeah.
Get him in.
Here we go. This guy's keeping the fucking lights
Yeah.
on. Yeah, is that the dipshit that went all
Yeah.
in after being way up? Yeah, let him in.
We're gonna give that guy the Rain Man suite.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
100%. So we go and we find another blackjack table
Yeah.
and we sit down. And at this point, we're feeling the booze.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, no. I
We
jumped
went back
ahead.
and got more drinks.
We went to the bar.
Yeah, we did.
And we went to the bar first, and we're just kind of like, we're letting it all wash over us. We're talking about the night.
Mhm.
We're talking to other fans. I'm ordering Di Serono and Sprite.
It was
like
a
a
week-
fancy
it was a-
bitch.
And we had 3 shots of Grand Marnier.
God,
That was an
three-
expensive little bill right there.
That
by the
bill
way.
was not
For 2
cheap.
drinks
Thank
each,
you
yes.
for that, by the way.
You're
Rob
welcome.
picked that up.
Yes.
Rob picked that up.
Well, you picked up a lot. So
You
yeah.
picked up a lot of
Yeah.
booze, including some booze we're going to get into a little later on.
Yes.
That 66% of us didn't want. So we get shithoused over at the
Yeah.
bar. I go, let's fucking hit the
Yeah.
blackjack table again. We can't find a $25 table, $15 table,
Yeah.
excuse me. We finally do, tucked into the dark corner of this place.
$15 table.
And we find this $15 table, and we're wobbly at this point.
Yeah.
And
we're
the,
tired.
The raucous good nature of the first blackjack
Yeah.
table of the night has been replaced by like a deep, morose silence
Yeah.
where we're just like hunched over the table. And,
Mhm.
hit me, pass, hit me, pass. The waitress won't stop feeding us
No.
fucking drinks.
Yeah.
She must have come over.
Yeah.
Excuse me, must have come over like 10 times.
And at
Now,
that
does
point,
the energy at the table affect?
The
sometimes
hands?
that,
Well,
yeah.
yes.
Sometimes
It-
that,
it-
know.
well, my cards were affected because whatever
Yeah.
happened the first time around
Yeah.
didn't happen this time. This was me, and I'm not trying to be exaggerating
Yeah.
here, but I would guess 35% of the time, 40%, I have 14, 15, or 16. The dealer has a 10.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just constantly
Bust,
behind.
bust. Right.
4,
this-
5, 4,
nothing-
7, 8.
Nothing encapsulates my second round of blackjack more than this exchange. There's a few rules that are steadfast in blackjack. One of those is you always split aces and 8s.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I get 2 aces.
Mhm.
The dealer has a 2 showing.
Mhm.
So ace is 1 or 11. If you're not familiar with the
Mhm.
rules, you split them, which means now you're playing 2 hands. You now double your bet. At this point, it was $25. So now I have 2 separate $25 bets.
Mhm.
The first ace I hit, I get a 10. Again, you can't do any better than
Mhm.
that. The second card I hit, I get a 9. Almost as good as you can get.
Incredible.
So now I have 21 and 20 versus a 2. At this point, if they said, "Hey, do you want to bet more?" I would say yes.
Sure.
Yes,
I'll
I
bet
do.
1,000 on each hand,
Uh-huh.
not exaggerating. Now, the nightmare scenario would be the dealer turns over a 9, which would give them 11, which mean a 10
Mhm.
would then bust, or would just be
You're
bad for me.
21 and you lose.
Right.
You push, chop one
Right.
hand and lose the other.
The dealer turns over an ace.
Okay.
But my first thought is, shit, now the math is going to be hard.
The
'Cause
math's
you're
gonna be
drunk,
weird.
and ace is 1 or
3
11.
years,
When she starts turning over
13,
cards,
yeah.
I'm going to have to do math, and that's going to be stressful. Well, no math was needed because now she has 3 or 13. The next card is an 8.
Hey, sure.
And
Right.
21.
21. So here I have 2 aces,
Uh-huh.
21 and 20, and I lose $25.
Mhm.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Chops off one hand,
Right.
the other's a push.
Right. No,
I
the
must
other's a
have
loss.
the others. One's
right,
a
right,
loss,
yeah,
and the others
yeah,
is push.
exactly. Yeah.
And I mean, I must have had 7 hands in a row, lose. Next hand, push. 5 hands in a row, lose.
Yeah.
Next one, put. I don't think I won a fucking hand.
You gave it all
For
back.
fi-
Gave it all
they
back.
gave it all back.
Yeah.
Took 200 more
Yeah.
out. Lost it all. I mean, I was deep in.
I came out 120 head for the night. So
Good for
all
you.
in all, that's a positive.
So
and we got free drinks.
we got
Well,
free
well,
drinks.
we also-
Yay!
well, we paid for some.
I mean, they
too.
took Coca-Cola
Yeah.
and they took a Windex bottle
Yeah.
with rum in it.
Oh, is
and
that
went,
right?
Yeah,
They
exactly.
gave us.
Yeah.
I mean, they misted the top
We got a
with
free
alcohol.
Coke.
Yeah, we drank a
watered down
lot of Coke.
Yeah.
So they're saying, hey, the casino's shutting down.
Mhm.
It's not 24 hours. You guys got to go.
Mhm.
Like, all right,
We found another bar.
yeah, we found another bar before
Yeah.
we left. And we get another Uber.
And
And we get into Uber 2. And it's time to kick the open mic night back up.
and I can't remember because at this point I don't even know what I was saying.
We were speaking.
But I was in the front seat again.
Who's the drunkest?
I don't know, but I felt silly, like I was high.
Oh, I was
giggling.
Giggling.
And I don't know what we were talking about.
But I know we were crying laughing.
And it was more obvious in the first Uber that we were fucking saying crazy shit.
yeah.
And this guy,
No sold.
Nothing.
No sold any of the shit we
Nothing.
said. And I'm trying to remember, but we were so fucking drunk at this point. I mean, and Rob's not kidding. We're like silly, giggly, stole our
it wasn't
beds.
clever.
Well,
No,
let me ask you
nothing
this.
was
Yeah.
clever.
Who ordered the Uber?
Rob.
I ordered both. I have,
So
Rob
yeah.
spearheaded pretty much the whole
Yeah.
week.
did you get a rating?
I know I gave him 5
Uh-oh.
stars and a tip.
Didn't think about
I will
that.
say this: when we got out of the car, I said, "Thank you, man. Appreciate you." And he gave a little smile, like, "I know you're fucking hammered, right?"
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like not paying attention. I just wasn't saying.
He
shit.
gave him finger guns and said,
I don't know. How do I
"I'll
tell
car."
what my
Well, usually you don't, like, for example, that's a big thing to me. I have a 5.0.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
always-
and you
I never
show.
got-
I've
I'm
seen
on
you.
Lyft.
on it.
I have a 4.9, 149.
That means
rides.
somebody gave you a bad.
Well,
That's,
but
someone's-
I've been on 4.9 for a while, so I think we're good. I think we're
It's,
good.
I hate that it's
Yeah.
mathematically impossible to return to
It
a 5
is.
unless
It
they
is.
bounce the old one. I will do what Joe does, where I will show the Uber driver, "Hey, I'm going to give you
Yeah.
a 5, pal, and here you go. Here's my custom tip, not the
Mhm.
percentage. I'm gonna take care of you."
let's make
Hook me up.
sure.
So we get back to the hotel, and at this point, I mean, Rob and I are holding each other up,
Yeah.
and we're
Well-
walking over, and you have to walk down this hallway and bang a left towards the elevators to go upstairs. Eric and I are staying together. Rob has his own room,
Mhm.
and Eric's not done drinking. And Eric goes
What time
over-
is it?
This is 2:30
Oh,
in
it's
the morning.
2:30.
It's
Yeah.
so fucking late.
It's at least 2.
And you
it's-
guys think, okay, this is the end of the
I'm,
We're done.
I'm ready to go to sleep.
We're tapped. I'm ready
Yeah.
to sleep in the lobby. And Eric's rummaging around for snacks and stuff. Like, not a bad idea. I can eat a bunch of peanuts.
Mm.
And Eric reaches down, gets this big smile, and holds up 3 bottles of Sutter Home white wine.
Look, minis.
They're
Min-
minis,
but
yeah.
they're about yay
Yeah.
big.
Oh,
They look
okay.
like the size
Right.
of like a 12-ounce
The-
bottle of soda
The thing
Now-
that we never drink.
I
that
would
we
say this.
never drink.
If that's me, I drink that, it comes right back up.
Puke immediately.
It's dry and disgusting.
It's dry Chardonnay.
Eric goes, "Hey, 3 Chardonnays. I got this." Then he goes to puts it on the room. It's my card on the room. No, I got it. Okay, okay.
He's got it.
I have the incidentals. It's my
Yes,
card.
So even
I
if he
checked
puts
this
it
in.
on his
Yeah.
room, it's
Yeah,
going on
it's
your
gonna be-
card.
Yes, you can stay your room 1,000 times.
Right.
It's my card.
Mhm.
They don't even have your card. It's only on me.
Did
But
you
he-
send him a Venmo
Yeah.
request?
I should.
Yeah,
know what's
for
funny?
Chardonnay.
Real quick, I'm gonna step out of this. You ever see with people that say, "Hey, it's my birthday, Venmo me"?
That's
I
on
hate that
cars.
shit.
On the way to Winchester,
Yeah.
we all
Dude,
saw one.
I got an
I know.
idea. Okay, tell me if I
Yeah.
think this will work.
I'm handicapped.
Send them a request instead of a payment,
Instead of,
and they will accept it. And they
Yeah.
can't. Once they accept it, it's gone.
dude, get their Venmo, do the African Prince thing.
Exactly.
I need to get rid of this money. Send me 200. I'm gonna send you.
You know what I'm
250
saying
back,
is
and
that
then you
as
block
soon
them.
as they see, oh, I have my Venmo out there, they assume
They'll
it's
misunderstand.
That's right. They'll
Hit it,
misunderstand
send,
it.
yes.
block,
I'm telling
gone.
you, that's gonna work.
Oh shit, we've seen them before on the road. Next time, I promise I'll try it.
Oh, me too.
I
love it.
promise I'll try
But
it.
you gotta be reasonable.
At $50.
You put 1,000 in
No,
there.
they're gonna be
Right.
like, no way, but $50.
50, you get 50.
So we get upstairs to the room.
Well, 3 mini Chardonnays probably cost
Probably that. Yeah,
$45.
yeah. You're not gonna be able to make rent this month.
Exactly, yeah.
And he's gonna feel extra bad when you
Yeah.
hear this, because I don't think even you know. So
Oh no.
you went and sat on one far end of the room. Eric sat in his bed. I sat in my
Yeah,
bed.
we decided to drink them in Justin and Eric's room.
Yes. So I kicked my feet up. I unscrew that metal cap. and I let that first splash of dry Chardonnay hit my lips,
It's not
and my
pleasant.
body rejects it. To your point, my body's like, no, absolutely not. I fucking dare
You've
you.
done enough.
I dare you to
Yes.
pour this into me. Go ahead. You're either going to piss yourself,
Yeah.
you're going to shit everywhere,
Mhm.
or you're going to puke. And I can say, you got it, Bobby.
Something's coming out.
I say, I got to go to the bathroom. I poured that shit out in the sink. I filled it up with water. And I'm like, he's too drunk to notice that I've
Yes.
replaced the Chardonnay with tap water.
Uh-huh.
And I get out there, I'm like, ah, man, one for the road. And just fucking, I go,
Oh,
and
I was
pound
like, wow, Justin really likes this white wine.
nope, I like rehydration, and put it on the nightstand, and we went to sleep. Now, I wake up in the morning. I'll ask you about your morning,
Mhm.
but we wake up, and I hear what sounds God, what would this sound like? You ever, this is gonna be so specific. Does anybody here use Roundup weed killer with the automatic pump?
I've used it.
You
yeah.
use that stuff with a little
Yep.
You ever get to the bottom and it starts to spit?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It sounds like that coming from the bathroom.
Oh,
And Erik is not in his bed. He is in there having gnarly diarrhea, and I can hear it. And I'm like, I'm acting like I can't hear it. And he comes back.
Why
out.
are you acting like you can't?
I just because I'm just
Yeah.
because he's gonna come out. I don't
You
even know.
It's like you don't know who's doing it.
I know it's him.
Who's in there?
Who's in there? Who goes there?
I mean, by the way, of all the chip predictions, this should have been one of them.
This should have been one.
We didn't
Someone
have
gets,
that? Yeah.
No, someone gets diarrhea. I've had it for 2 days now. It won't stop. My body's just been a soft serve machine. So I mean, I just lie down.
So
like-
you're beating off.
and I'm jacking. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is it. Rule 34. And he comes back in and he lays back down. He pulls the covers up. And this fucking stench
Oh, no.
hits because my bed is next to the toilet. This
You should have thought about that.
stomach acid mixed with Coors Light, mixed with pepperoni, mixed with hitting on 19, fucking just
Hitting on 19.
hits me.
Show title.
It's so sour. Oh, it's so incredibly sour. I somehow fall back asleep. I wake up. What's on television?
Okay.
You'll never guess,
It's
but he
m-
brought it up on the way there.
It's morning.
Mhm.
Well, I know he told me that you
He talked
watched
about this
some
night one.
movie that Jeremy loved or something.
Yes, yes,
Some
it was.
horror
It was a movie that Jeremy loved.
It came up night one when we were watching it here.
Yes.
You loved the indie, kitschy horror comedy Psycho Gorman.
Oh, I did like it.
Well, the guy made a film before that, and it's called Manborg.
Man Born.
Manborg, as in
Okay.
cyborg.
Okay, got it.
It's Manborg,
Okay.
Clever.
which is kind of a redundancy if you're
Right,
cyborg,
got it,
you're already a
right,
man.
right.
And he somehow has pulled that up on the hotel television, and he is sitting at
Rob's,
the edge of the bed.
Rob's paying for it.
Rob's paying for it.
He
Yes.
rented that 1999.
I would like to buy it. And
Rent or buy,
Yeah,
buy.
You mean that wasn't just on CBS?
he goes, I wake
What a
up,
coincidence.
my head's pounding. He goes, you got to watch this. I'm like, I don't know if I can handle Manborg right now. I'm fucking struggling. I mean, you have no idea.
What time is it about?
9 a.m.
Oh,
I think it's earlier than that. You
Maybe.
texted me at 9:30.
Hey, we're up.
ready to go.
Wow.
Have you watched the whole movie?
We watched about 30 minutes of it.
Okay.
It was fucking great. I gotta say, I finished Manborg when I got home. Manborg, Erik did not oversell it. Manborg is, if you like Psycho Gorman, this thing was made on what a budget appears to be about $5,000.
Yeah.
It's all in some guy's garage. It has the fucking worst acting you've ever seen. Shocker, Daniel Day-Lewis is nowhere
Right.
near this thing. And somehow I'm very invested. I was like, I
got
got
him a Manborg.
I gotta be back in Annapolis to pick my son up at 2:30, but I would stay and get breakfast and finish Manborg.
Yeah.
What
just-
does
that good.
Manborg have on Rotten Tomatoes?
37%.
88%.
It's-
Wow.
It's shockingly good.
88%.
Well, I'm glad I paid $20 for it.
It's all yours.
You own it.
but
I
you, get
own
to,
it.
you have to go back to Philly to watch it.
Deal.
So
we-
please,
No, go ahead. I was wondering if we could try to think of everything that we drank and ate.
let's go. Okay,
Because
luck food to start.
we had, well, let me see. We had some sushi
Check.
and we had the
I got lo mein. You got
we
lo
had another
mein.
appetizer, some sort of
Pot sticker.
yes.
Pot
okay.
sticker, sushi,
All right.
lo mein.
Yeah.
John lo mein.
And
with
he
the
had
soy sauce.
General Tso's chicken, I believe.
General
Very-
Tso's
very Eric
chicken.
order.
Very Erik. I
Then
mean, we
you
got.
had some sort of mixed drink,
I got one of their house cocktails.
Yeah,
it
you
was
had
like
two
you
of
know,
those,
the Drunken Lotus.
and I
or
had
something.
two of their like Sapporo beer, I believe.
You had a couple beers.
Right.
Erik and I were doing cocktails. We then went and gambled.
And then at the blackjack table, I was drinking, I believe, cranberry vodka.
I was drinking rum and
I think
Cokes.
I also had a Corona.
I think Erik was drinking Jack and Cokes.
Right.
Nick got Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Nick's a bit of a teetotaler.
Right.
So 5 drinks there, which I will count as 1.5 because they were
Okay.
pretty light.
Right.
Then we head over. We each double fist tall boys.
Yes.
I grabbed
And then we were drinking beer.
I got 2 Bud Limes.
3 of those.
We're hitting
each,
those.
Did you have to pee during the match?
Yes, I peed
we-
once. I timed
yes.
it pretty good.
You timed
Okay.
it perfectly.
And then we had that shitty pizza.
Terrible pizza.
Yeah.
Worst pizza.
Did
Scott,
you finish it?
Yes.
Of
I was
course.
hungry as
Yes.
fuck.
French
Absolutely.
fries.
Yeah.
Finished it all. Yeah.
Ate all. Needed to get
Yeah.
a base in.
Exactly. Yes.
Then we left. We
Then
go
we-
back to the bar.
We do shots.
3 shots of Grand Marnier.
I had a Tito soda.
I had 2 Di Serrano and
Yeah, I
Sprites,
had
like a
2
Southern
Tito soda.
Southern Belle.
Right. Eric drank
He had some mixed drinks.
some other Jack and Ginger. Or
I think
something,
Jack and
2 of
Ginger's
those,
was it.
right.
Then we go sit back down at the
Yes.
blackjack table.
And then I think I had rum and Coke. That's what they had.
That's all they had
Yes.
was rum and Cokes.
That's all we have, guys.
That's
yeah.
Rum and
all we
Coke.
got. You want,
Yeah.
you want Tito's and soda, you're fucked.
And then I had some Cool Ranch Doritos back at the hotel.
Wait,
and
we
the
went
Chardonnay.
back to the center bar
Yes.
before we
Oh,
left.
that we had another round.
That was when I was drunkenly looking at you
Yes.
guys like, every mistake
Oh.
I've ever made's been the worst.
Did we do another shot there?
We did another shot there.
Yes.
Shot was
I can't remember.
It was, I
Whose
don't
idea?
know, Eric's.
but yeah.
Eric was down
Yes.
for shots.
Eric bought
Now,
that round.
By the
I
way,
know.
you're
God
not
bless Eric.
mentioning Nick. Is he around?
Nick parted ways after
Af-
the event.
yeah.
He
Okay,
said
got it.
goodbye out
Yes,
front of
got
the
it.
link and he went to go stay with his
Nick got
friends.
destroyed by the Undertaker and is dead.
Yeah, he couldn't handle it. Yeah,
we don't
Nick
know
was,
if he made it back.
Nick was
We
dragged
haven't
into the
checked
room.
in.
He was yanked in 2 separate parts.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There was entrails everywhere. He knew to separate because he could
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
these 3
Right. Yeah.
withered, just liver spotted fucks are just off the chain. There's nothing good will come of this. Nick played it right. Then we had the drinks there. Back to the hotel. You 2 drank Chardonnay.
Yeah.
I
and
drank tap
and
water.
I had a bag of Doritos.
bag of Doritos.
Yes.
Yes, you made love to Doritos.
Yeah, I did. And hey, don't regret it.
Nobody
Not at
threw up.
I was fine.
I did not puke. My
Yeah.
head hurt.
Yeah.
horribly.
I would throw up.
No, now
100%.
keep in mind, there was a point that we slowed down during the actual. Well, first of all, if we were sitting at a bar at WrestleMania and you could get drinks easily, we would have drank more.
Right.
But you need
Yeah.
to walk all the way up and get
Yeah,
come
it was
down.
a huge
So,
step, and they don't
right.
let you buy 2 at a time. And I think the place to get cocktails there was all the way
So
around.
that slowed us
Help, yeah,
down.
yeah.
It helped us. If it would have been easier, we wouldn't have slowed down.
Yeah,
But luckily we were slowed down. So I think
I don't think I run out of gas. I don't think I could have.
we were
hung.
so
Oh,
fucking hype
wait,
for
we're
the
forgetting
event.
that Eric on the drive up had some vodka mules.
Jesus,
Yes.
that's right. We
All
were
right.
drinking.
We had
Did you
2
drink those?
No,
two
no.
of those.
Eric brought a lot
Yeah.
of canned beverages.
Right.
and
I had 2 in your car.
I had a
You, of course, were
WWE.
driving,
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I was fine. I abstained.
Yes.
But I had a
Yeah.
little igloo WWE belt that you
Yeah.
put
Oh, yeah.
beverages in. We filled that thing with booze. So the
Yes.
minute we
Oh,
got
yeah.
out, we
walked
crushing
over.
those.
We had one on the way
Oh,
out.
we
Yes.
must have each had
Yes.
15 drinks. I mean, like I said, by the end of the night, Rob and I
Right.
were leaning
And
on
it was
each other.
all over the place.
Now
There was
the
no
morning
question.
everywhere.
How
Yeah.
do you feel in the morning?
Not great.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I was just tired.
I was
really.
tired. I had a little bit of a headache, but
Yeah.
I always bring piles of Excedrin. So
Yeah.
3 Excedrin, huge bottle of water. I
Yeah.
chug it. I stave it off till I get home.
I drank
Now
a
we're
lot of
getting
water.
to the
It
end,
was
but
the
when you got
dumps.
home,
Okay. And we'll end on this.
Yes.
So I get home, and I might continue this in Patreon. So I get home and I walk through the front door, and my fucking house is freezing. And I'm like,
Bidenomics.
something. It got bad. Sorry, but Joe, we had to
It's
turn
like
off the
60
BG.
degrees out.
Yeah. Goddamn you, Hunter. And not Triple H, the president's son. And I go and I thought one of the windows was open. I'm like, did you guys like why the fucking house is so cold? And immediately Munch goes, Evan doesn't want you to be mad at him. I'm like, for what?
Oh.
For what should I be mad? And I am walked over to the hallway where my thermostat is. And this is all I see on the wall. And I'll put this up above us. I'll put this up above.
What is happening?
What happened was that they were having what could only be described as a bat fight.
Fun.
That there was apparently eastbound and down style,
Mhm.
a bat fight.
What kind
a
of bat?
gentleman's game.
Like a wiffle ball
Aluminum.
bat, or you're talking about a bat that would?
A wooden bat
yeah.
and a
Oh, a wooden bat.
wooden bat and a wiffle ball bat.
Oh.
And
I'd rather have the wooden bat.
they're swinging the bats around.
Who are they?
The children.
Okay.
Just one of the 9 that were
Children
there.
of the neighborhood.
The children of the neighborhood. They somehow bash in my thermostat, break it.
That's going to require some professional work. Right?
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
And I guess at the time, whatever setting it is on when it is broken, it stays on that. And they just had it off because someone had been cooking, which heats up the house, so we turn the air off. We have not had heat nor cool.
So today's the first day that it was actually acceptable.
It was nice today.
Today,
So-
every other day was shit.
I go, and this is a Honeywell brand. It's a Honeywell brand.
Ah,
They don't make this brand anymore.
of course they don't.
So I have to find a third-party seller. I have to have a guy drive up from Severna Park to install the thing for me. It should be here tomorrow. But it was just so fitting that after 2 days with my dearest friends and just raucous and people getting put through a table, that somebody puts a bat through a thermostat, and a lot of the money that I lost at the blackjack table
Yes.
really would have helped pay for this thing
You know
because it
what?
wasn't cheap.
You know what? I'd do it all over again.
Hell yeah, I would.
Can't wait.
Appreciate you guys. Laughs Count Anywhere this Saturday behind the Patreon paywall. We're going to do a full specific wrestling deep dive.
Nerd
and
out.
next week, who's going to be here?
David Keckner.
See you on the next podcast.
See you guys.
It's the DLP Agenda.